How we doing, everybody? Welcome back to episode 33 of the Washed Up Sports Podcast. We are your Washed Up Sports hosts.
Patrick Quinn,
Ortiz,
and I'm Bobby Hanscom. Today is Thursday, August 22nd, and we'll be talking about the NFC East, or I should say NFC Least, and we'll also be going over washed up wagers.
I mean, I don't know how that's the case, but okay.
It's going to be a fun one.
You're starting us off?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess I can.
I mean, I can start us off. All right, boys. Well, NFC East. Got the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants, Pats Giants, and the Commanders.
Formerly known as the football team, formerly known as the Redskins.
That's
Wait a
racist.
minute.
My bad.
Did you?
Wait a minute.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
You literally have one
You
job.
can keep it going.
Anyways,
Well,
I'll give
Bobby
you-
almost just pulled the computer off the stand right
Unplug your
there.
laptop, so.
Bobby
give
almost
you a couple recap from last season's. Never mind.
Just hold on.
Bobby, fucking
Bobby,
plug back
Bobby.
in the laptop since you rudely just unplugged it.
Oh, my apologies.
Fucking hell. That's so gross.
Clinton Portis.
Yeah, but hey,
Yeah.
that's racist. It's the Redskins logo.
I'm sorry. I can't go back in time and say, hey, change it.
You should.
You gotta buy a new one.
No.
Go ahead, Lewis.
I'm just going to give you guys the rundown of last year's NFC East standing. So we had the Cowboys in first at 12-5, with also being undefeated at home. Eagles 11-6, finishing second. The Giants finishing 6-11 and third, and the Commanders at 4-13, finishing dead last in the division.
I'd say pretty much every team besides the Eagles looks very different for the most part. You know, which team do we want to start with?
Probably we'll start with the Cowboys.
So we'll start with the defending NFC East champions. And another fun fact, I don't think, Zach, if you can probably find the exact time, but the NFC East has not had a repeat winner in like the last 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it always flip-flops. I mean, I don't think the Commanders haven't done it in a while, but it has flip-flopped between the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys every single year. If you remember, 2 years ago, the Eagles won it. Then the Eagles had their blow-up towards the end of the year after being one of the best teams, looking really strong. And then the Cowboys secured it on the last day. How many years?
Since 03-04, no repeat winners in the NFC.
So 20
20
years there has not been a repeat winner, and I think it's going to continue.
I mean, I would also agree, just because the Cowboys, who'd they get on the offseason?
And who they let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they got no one.
No. Losing Tony Pollard is obviously...
Well, that's they gambled with
Yes.
Tony Pollard, thinking he's going to be the number one back and allowing him to be the one back.
And said, hey, you know what? This year, let's bring Zeke back. You know, he's not the problem.
Yeah.
Let's come back.
An old, washed-up Ezekiel Elliott back in Jerry's world. Let rid of Tyron Smith go. He's now with the Jets. He was a very solid lineman for them. He is up there in age. They still do have Zach Martin. They're always going to have a decent offensive line. Didn't bring in any other weapons. Michael Gallup left. We're now retired.
Yeah.
There's contract disputes with CeeDee Lamb. He's not happy. He's not practicing.
Who knows if we'll see him week one?
Yeah.
Dak Prescott wants a new contract. Micah Parsons wants a new contract. So there's a lot of issues going on in the Cowboys, and I think with it being the Cowboys, anything, they could drop a pen and it's going to become a story because it's America's team and it's the biggest franchise in the entire sports world. What about you, Bobby? Let's start. Quarterback. Is this a make it or break it year for Dak Prescott, or do you think he's already kind of got that contract in line?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, Dak's really been that guy for them, obviously, since Romo left. He'd taken over for Romo when he hurt his back.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like he hasn't really been the same since he hurt his ankle.
I mean, last year I thought he had probably his best year.
I'd say his best year of his career was last year for sure. I don't think though. Like he's not going back to like his old ways of running.
No,
like
he's
he
not.
used to.
Yeah, I mean his ankle was fucking sideways.
Yeah.
It's
done.
not mine to come back from that.
Led the league in passing touchdowns last year,
Yeah.
36 to 9 interceptions. So that's about a 4-5-1 ratio.
Yeah, that's good.
4,500 passing yards was third.
Yeah, he had a good year. But I'll make it short and sweet. If he does not have a good year with the Cowboys, will he be in a different jersey come start of next season?
Yeah, probably. I mean, who knows? Jerry's not going to want to pay him because that Jerry's stingy with his money. He doesn't want to pay anybody.
Well, that's
Very stingy.
I think this year is for a lot of them is the make it or break it year. I think they signed Zeke to a 1-year deal, right?
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy's on the last year of his contract.
Should have been gone already.
Dak Prescott's on the last year of his contract. I think they have an option if they want it, but Dak's not going to want to play on a player option. He's going to want a brand new contract.
No.
CeeDee Lamb, like we said,
He needs to get paid.
has 1, maybe 2 years left on his contract. Micah Parsons has 1 year left on his rookie contract.
He needs to get paid.
So it's like, I think this year is literally the definition of make it or break it for the Cowboys, or there's going to be a completely new Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, for sure. And they don't like we were just saying about how they have CeeDee Lamb at receiver.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like they don't. Who else is there? I mean, they have Brandon Cooks,
Yeah.
Michael Tolbert. I want to say that's his name.
Yeah.
Or Jalen Tolbert, I believe.
Tolbert,
And then Jake Ferguson.
I like Jake Ferguson.
I like Jake Ferguson too, but he's not going to be one to get you like 750 yards.
Yeah.
They have deep tight end room. They have Shoemaker, Hendershot. Like
Yeah,
they're always
yeah.
good at tight end. Let me look up depth chart real quick.
Speaking of, now, do you think Zeke going back to Dallas will have any success, Lou? How do you think that's going to go?
Can you give us that face again?
After his
man.
riveting years in New England, he really did well.
I don't see any promise
Yeah.
in Zeke really being that X factor. I think the X factor is definitely going to be CeeDee Lamb and that connection that he has with Dak. But to go kind of like the question you asked to Bobby, I think definitely it's a make it or break it. It's all right if he has a good or bad year. I feel like it's what he does in the playoffs.
Well, that's
It's
always been his
like
issue.
they'll have, like you guys said, he had a great, phenomenal year, but he just couldn't get it done. We were expecting him to at least get it to the NFC Championship.
I think it's been the Cowboys like the last 6 years. Really good regular season. Them and the Eagles have been battling for that first place seed, and then they get into the playoffs and they poop themselves.
Exactly.
And the fact that they were the number 2 seed in the entire NFC, and you have this Green Bay team with Jordan Love, who maybe he's played 7 games to start, or at that point, and they just absolutely poop on them. And their defense, which was supposed to be their strongest thing, looked terrible. It's just the Cowboys do what the Cowboys do in the playoffs, and it's definitely, I agree, it's a make or break year for everybody.
48-32 in that playoff game was the score.
But it was like 48-16.
Yeah,
27-7 at halftime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a blowout,
Yeah.
and like
41-16 after
kind of
break.
made a push. But,
Yeah. And then at the end, they kind of just gave up. And allowed
I just
the
wouldn't be
Giants to score.
surprised seeing Dak Prescott to have like a repeat season
Mhm.
and do exactly what he did in the postseason and have Jerry Jones just be like, "See ya."
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that.
I
would
mean,
happen.
he's gonna get paid wherever he goes. I think, in
Yeah.
my opinion, he's a good enough quarterback. I really like him, but it's the expectations of the Cowboys is you need to win, and they have not. So it's really they got to get far in the playoffs.
Also, I think like a sneaky good player for them this year on their offense is going to be, honestly, their little 5'5" guy, Deuce Vaughn.
Oh God!
I think he can honestly give them that electricity that they need and just
Well, yeah. I
be
mean,
that.
you can't expect Zeke to be the all down back and getting 35 rush attempts a game. Like I don't think he has that. In
Rico
his-
Dowdle will definitely be a
Arsenal
key guy in the
anymore.
backfield as well.
Yeah.
Just want to mention real quick, CD, 135 catches last year,
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
1,749 yards second, and 12 receiving touchdowns third.
What was who was their second most
That's
receptions?
my fantasy, bro.
Yeah,
It was-
I just want
it
to
was-
see what like his number was compared to C.
Brandon Cooks had
75
54 catches, 657 yards, 8 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, so that's like 1,000 yards difference in yards, and
Yeah.
then almost like 100 yards different in catches.
Yeah.
Or 100 different in catches. Now, moving on to defensively, they didn't really bring in anybody. They let Stephon Gilmore go. He's now with the Minnesota Vikings, I believe. Just signed with the Vikings, I believe.
Yes,
Trayvon Diggs is back now after his ACL. Teron Bland is there. Micah Parsons is there. Is Van Der Esch still there?
No, I believe he's in Washington.
Gilmore is in Minnesota. Leighton Van Der Esch is Dallas Cowboys.
So he's still on the Cowboys. Their defense is still going to be very good. They got 2 good corners.
Wait. This says 5 months ago, Leighton Van Der Esch retires.
Oh, shit.
After the Cowboys released him. Body won't cooperate.
So they don't have Leighton Van Der Esch anymore. That's a big loss to their linebacking room right there.
I mean, he was also never really healthy. He always had, like, if I remember correctly, he always had, like, these season-ending injuries, always.
Yeah.
Who else do they have up on their front line besides
Parsons? Who's the other defensive end there?
Lawrence?
Yeah.
Marcus Lawrence.
Yeah.
Marcus
Lawrence. Micah Parsons. You guys wouldn't probably know.
Yeah. So their defense will be solid, as it always is.
Their defense should be as good as it was last year.
Yeah, which can help them in the long run. But it comes down to number 88 and number 4. There's no doubt about it. That team can have the pairing they did last year, and if 88 can even get on the field right now.
Yeah.
So let's quick around the horn. Their over/under is 9.5 wins.
Over.
I haven't seen the schedule, but I'll say over on that.
Over.
They had 12.
I like over.
9.5, dude. That's got to be a lot.
And they had 11 last year, you said?
12.
Oh,
They had 12 last year. Yeah.
Right.
Now to the city of brotherly love. The off season for the Philadelphia Eagles was loud.
I want to go and get a cheesesteak from them, dude. That's like it's on my bucket list. I swear to God, of getting a Philly cheesesteak in Philly.
A real Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
The cheese was.
Funny.
Do they actually call it a cheesesteak out there?
No,
or is
call
it a
Philly
steak cheese?
It's a cheesesteak.
I think it's a cheesesteak.
Wow.
The
Cheesesteak.
Eagles had a loud off season.
Yes.
To say the least.
Some good things and some bad things. The most notable one was bringing in Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
My beloved Saquon left me. Left the New York Giants.
Were you surprised, though?
No, I can't really blame him. It was just disappointing. He was kind of our...
Kind of wild that he went to another division rival, though.
Yeah.
That's
they paid him a lot of money. They have a good offensive line. I think another noticeable thing, Jason Kelce retiring, obviously, that's a huge...
How can Ryan Jensen do behind at center?
He won't be able to do the
push.
Yeah.
He left Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Cam Jurgens.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
I was going to say,
I
Ryan
meant to say
Jensen
Cam
was a
Jurgens.
Tampa Bay legend there.
I meant to say Cam Jurgens,
Okay.
but Ryan Jensen.
I mean, they still... Lane Johnson is still there.
Yeah.
They have the other lineman as well, who's very, very good.
Isaac
Hello to
Mailata.
Mailata. So they're still going to be solid.
It says
now.
they also have Mekhi Becton.
Yes, they got him from the
They got him
Jets.
from the Jets this offseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty loaded.
So they have a really good offensive line, and now they
just bulked up their wide
They
receiver
just
room
got the-
today
they
with
just got-
Jahan Dotson.
they just got the best running back they've ever had. I feel like DeAndre Swift was okay, just didn't fit for them. Miles Sanders was okay, wasn't. But now you have Saquon Barkley, who's a proven Pro Bowler.
I mean, they both put up pretty good numbers.
Well, that's what
Saquon should step in there.
That's what I mean. You now have the best running back they've ever had.
Now, question to you guys. Does the tush push come down because of, one, no Kelce, two, Saquon? Is it one or the other, or is it going to be the combination of both?
I think they're going to try it out. I think I don't think it's going to be as successful just because teams have worked on it and learned about it now. And I mean, you saw other teams try and replicate it throughout the season. It just couldn't work. And I don't know if that's a Kelce factor or they had a great scheme for it.
It doesn't hurt to try it. It really doesn't.
No.
I mean, I'd expect them to use it.
And I mean, now you have Saquon pushing Jalen Hurts,
exactly.
which is a big difference than DeAndre Swift.
It's a huge difference.
Imagine those thighs, dude.
Saquon over under rushing is is over under 7.5 plus 110
Touchdowns?
rushing touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts is 9.5 plus minus 105.
I think Jalen Hurts comes down a lot from
me
his rushing
too.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think Saquon's more like 10 to 12 range in touchdowns.
Yeah.
You don't think he get 8 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Like,
I know. In other
In that
news,
offense?
there was a lot, because we're going to get into the quarterback right here, a lot of news over the offseason with the kind of issues between Sirianni and Jalen Hurts about the offense. They kind of fell apart towards the end of last year. Everything went away, and then a couple weeks ago, the story came out about them not really being on the same page, not working well together. Who's running the offense? They're not going and working together. Is this kind of one of those situations like the Dak one in Dallas, where if this doesn't work this year, they fire? Oh, because halfway through the season, the Philadelphia fans wanted Nick Sirianni's head.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
I
is this
also
another
think-
one of those situations.
So I believe, if I read correctly, I think that Sirianni said that he's stepping down from calling offensive plays this year. I don't know who their OC is this year, but I'm pretty sure he's stepping down. It's going to be whoever their new OC is.
Okay.
But I still think if they don't do as well as they did last year, and I guess the beginning of the year, I think Sirianni will be gone.
Well,
this
yeah,
is Kellen Moore,
Yes, that's right. They brought him over from.
Los Angeles.
Los
Yeah.
Angeles, and from Dallas before that.
So I completely agree with you. I think this team got better.
There's no reason that they should be.
They
No.
re-signed Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
They re-signed A.J. Brown. Both those two are on long contracts. They have a healthy Dallas Goedert. He was kind of hit or miss all year. They brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the defense and got younger in releasing Hassan Reddick and bringing in Brandon Huff
Drafting Cooper DeJean at QB at
quarterback.
And they drafted another corner.
Yeah, they drafted another guy. Yeah,
Darius Slay.
Slay's big play Slay.
And then another retirement is the Fletcher Cox did retire as well from that team. So those two are kind of
But I don't
pivotal.
think Fletcher Cox is going to hurt as much as Jason Kelsey.
No, I just
Jason
think they're
Kelsey
both
just especially for that team.
Yeah.
they're just both good locker room guys.
Yeah.
And they've been with the team for, I think Kelsey was 12 years and Fletcher Cox was 15. So it's they're big locker room guys, and that's obviously going to be a miss when shit hits the fan. Who's going to take over that leadership role? I know probably be a Lane Johnson or something. And a Darius Slay will have to be on the defense.
They also had a Devin White linebacker
Oh, yes.
from Tampa.
From
They got
Tampa.
Devin White.
He's up there in age, but he's still really good.
Yeah.
He's not
he's
up there.
good.
He's
He's only-
27.
He's only 26, it says.
Yeah,
What?
I was going to say he's young.
I was
gonna
going
say
to bad. I thought at
No,
least 30.
you're thinking Levante David, bro.
Yeah,
maybe.
Levante David's
or Shaq Barrett or
36.
Shaq Barrett,
Shaq
so.
Barrett's retired.
Yeah, I'm saying they're up there
Yeah.
in age. Yeah,
But no, I knew Devin White was young. He got drafted 4 years ago.
Levante David is
Wasn't it his rookie year that he played
36.
with Brady? Wasn't it his rookie year that he played with
He
Brady?
must have
Second-
rookie
second-
rookie or
He said he
second.
played
second.
5 years in Tampa.
Yeah, it was
so
his second
19,
year.
20, 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, so second year.
It was Antoine Winfield his rookie year.
Do we kind of see this being a two-headed monster race for the most part?
I mean, there's no question, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Pat, but your Giants, they fucking suck.
I don't know, but their defense is really good.
Yeah, but
I don't want to
Daniel
fucking.
Jones doesn't look
Yeah, did
too
you see that
good.
Daniel Jones shit last weekend? with
Daniel
the picks?
Jones?
Yes.
Sorry, that Daniel Bones sick picks.
Yeah.
I like it.
That was wild.
We're not talking about the Giants yet. We're still on the
sorry.
All right, give us 5 minutes.
we're still
What's
on
their
the
over under?
10.5 minus 130.
10.5.
Under is plus 110. But
10.5.
I'm going over.
I'm
let
gonna
me get you a
say,
schedule.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
say
get you a
under.
schedule.
I'm gonna go solid
I
10,
was
9,
thinking the same
10.
thing. I was thinking solid.
Yeah,
10.
So you
I feel
think
like
the
9,
Cowboys win the
All right.
division again?
Eagles start against the Green Bay Packers
in
on
Brazil.
Friday
That's in
Sao
Brazil.
Paulo.
That's a toss-up game.
So then they have
neutral
Atlanta,
ground, yeah.
New
Win,
Orleans,
win,
Tampa,
win.
Cleveland,
that'll be a
Giants,
good game. Win.
Bengals, Jaguars,
Win.
Cowboys at away, Commanders,
Win.
Rams on the road, Ravens
Tough.
on the road,
Tough.
FLL.
Panthers home,
Win.
Steelers home,
Win.
and then end it with Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, 2 out of 3.
So I can see. I got 10 right there from just doing that, and
It's 10.5 though.
that's leaving like the Ravens game, the Packers game, the both Cowboys games.
Yeah.
I gotta think.
I
What do you
it's-
think? I think 4 and 2 is safe for division,
Yeah.
right?
They'll.
And then you got Green Bay, Atlanta,
That Atlanta
New
game's going to be
Orleans,
good,
I
dude.
don't think so.
Cleveland,
Cleveland's a toss up. Bengals is a toss up.
Jaguars,
That's a win.
Rams,
Rams is a toss up.
Ravens, Panthers,
Toss-up.
Steelers.
Yeah. So they'll be right on the cusp of 10.
And
With
depending
that,
on,
we think.
and honestly, depending on how the Steelers play this year, that could potentially be a tough
I
game
don't
for them,
know.
too.
I mean, Steelers don't even know who they're playing as their quarterback right now. They both
didn't
played
know
the
who-
entire game and had 3.
They did the same thing last year.
And were they good?
We saying
They finished with.
Mike
finished
Tomlin has always
Cowboys.
finished,
That's what I'm saying, though.
but then they get fucking wrecked in the playoffs by by the Bills.
The Cowboys on their schedule, just go back for a second. They have the Browns, they have the Ravens, the Lions, and 49ers, and the Texans.
The first 5?
No, just throughout.
Those
That's
are
like
just
first.
tough
That's about like the
games.
first half of the season, though.
Yeah. Well, they'll
See-
they'll play the Bengals then too,
See, if we said this
Yep.
before at the
because
Cowboys,
the
I probably
NFC East is playing the AFC North this year.
Go ahead, Lou.
if we looked at the Cowboys schedule, I probably would. What was it? 11 and a half?
They were 9.
They were 9.5, and we said
Eagles are 10.
over.
I
Yeah,
said over.
I definitely.
It's
say
hard.
over,
It's
but-
hard to say, not say over.
I'm saying
Well,
solid 10.
I
I'm
mean-
gonna keep mine under.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
staying
gonna
with
keep
the
my
10.
under.
We
at
can
10.
all have
Eagles?
the predictions. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
who knows what the hell's going to happen during the season.
Yeah.
Right.
But so
Injuries.
so right now we're both thinking Cowboys Eagles are around the 10 win mark.
Yeah, kind of
So-
like last year.
So right in like one game,
Yeah.
one
One
crazy
game apart.
game, yeah.
I just want to say one more thing for the Eagles. I just want to quickly take a peek at their 2023 schedule because I'm pretty sure they lost
The Eagles lost
Some
like their last
absurd
6 games. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I want to.
But as Zach's looking there, does Jalen Hurts have a better year than he did last year?
It's going to have to.
I know, but do you think he does?
Yes.
The weapons that are now.
I mean, nothing changed. They just added
but
Saquon.
Saquon's 10 times better than DeAndre Swift. So
I feel like Saquon kind of just
Oh my god!
relieves so much pressure from him.
Yeah.
It just relieves. It
Yeah.
just opens
Mhm.
up
I agree.
Jalen Hurts, and then
I think
I feel like
his
Jalen
rushing's
Hurts
gonna
is just
be
such a
back.
dog.
Jalen.
Yeah, I
He
think
can
his
run a
yards.
read.
I think his yards are going to go up this year.
He's a
But
dog.
You guys said you weren't sold on Swift. Swift was still on fantasy at least was a solid
Oh, yeah.
fantasy.
For the first half of the
Sanders,
season.
Miles Sanders before that was
That's
solid.
that's what I'm saying. Like
But-
they weren't
but,
bad
when-
with.
yeah,
But they're
so
not
Saquon.
Saquon. That's
No,
what I'm
that's
saying.
not. But the role they run the
Yeah.
rock
They did it well.
and they'll run the read and stuff
Yes.
too. But this is the Eagles last year. This is actually unbelievable. They started
They were like 10
They were
and
10
1.
and 1,
10 and 1 and lost 5.
And then for
6
some-
out of the last
And
7.
then for
including
some
the
reason
wild
said
card.
Matt Patricia called defensive plays.
Yeah.
They lost. This was their last 6 games. Lost to the 49ers, lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Seahawks, beat the Giants, lost to the Cardinals, lost to the Giants, and then wild card first round lost to the Bucks 32-9.
Yeah. Baker. Hey,
Yeah.
we all know what was the first game of their losing streak? 49ers.
49ers.
What happened in that game? Big Dom got sent out. That killed their season. I'm telling you, Big Dom was a big reason. Did you
Who?
see Big Dom, their security guard?
Oh,
He's the one that pushed the
yeah,
Niners
yeah.
player on the sideline.
Yeah.
I didn't see
You guys don't remember?
I
They
don't
made it a
know.
huge big
I don't
deal.
remember.
I probably, if I saw it, I probably
They gave him a new position now too because he's like head of security or something like. Look up the new position they gave the Big Dom, please, because
Big Dom.
he'll show up right away when you search that.
Dom DeSandro.
Yeah,
Nicknamed
big Italian.
Big Dom. American senior advisor to the general manager.
There you go.
Director of game day coaching operations and chief security officer.
Yeah, so last year that became a very big
CSO,
story
dude.
after the 49ers game because they got absolutely peppered in that game, and then he got suspended by the NFL, was no longer able to be on the sideline for the rest of the season, and like Zach just said, they lost 6 out of their last 7 games to not very good teams, and then got embarrassed by it's fair to say,
Decent
mediocre,
Bucs team.
some okay
Mid.
Buccaneers team. Mid's a
Straight
perfect.
mid.
Mid's a perfect.
Like,
Such a
what
mid
happened,
team,
though?
dude.
Like they were 10-1
Patricia.
and then went 1-6.
Patricia.
Patricia was
Yeah, actually, you're right
I can't
because
say the word,
in this
but,
losing
you know.
streak,
Yeah.
they gave up 42 to the 49ers,
Yeah.
33 to the Cowboys,
The Giants score a lot too.
20 to the Seahawks, 25 in a win against the Giants, 35 against the Cardinals, then 27 in a loss to the Giants,
Their
and
defense.
then 32 in the playoff.
Their defense for being really good all year kind of definitely shit the bed. But like we said, they brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That'll help them out in the cornerback position. They got younger in the outside tackles in bringing in Brandon Huff or Brian Huff from the Jets. The Jets kind of did the swap. They got Hassan Reddick. We know how that's working out right now. And then the Eagles got Huff. So, all right.
The New York Football Giants, Pat.
The
The New York maybe football Giants.
That's getting.
Where do we
nuts.
start? And I'm gonna just leave it all to you.
Where do we
honestly.
start? Daniel Jones, $160 million quarterback.
6-11 record last year. Saquon got hurt. Second game of the season against the Cardinals. Was out for. Well, let's just start. The Giants, I think, lost an opening day like 52-7 against the Cowboys, and that kind of just put the season in perspective.
Oh my god, I remember that.
And then Saquon got hurt week 2 against the Cardinals. Ankle was out for 3 or 4 weeks.
40-0, Pat.
40-0. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was.
The defense, I think, had like 40 points of fantasy. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Then halfway through the season, Daniel Jones tears an ACL. The Giants become a laughingstock with fucking
I forgot he tore his
Tommy
ACL.
fucking DeVito was
Tommy
America's Boy. He was doing fucking commercials. It was an absolute fucking dumpster fire,
Who's the
bro.
guy? His agent.
Oh man.
The Italian.
The
Hall of
Italian,
Fame jacket.
yes. Like it was an embarrassment. The Giants were really bad, but that's last year. I'm not excited about this year, but
It's gonna be the same fucking shit again this year.
Minus Saquon.
Yeah.
like we.
I thought he was a mascot, bro. When they started posting pictures of him, I thought he was a mascot.
Yep, like we said, they lost Saquon, brought in Devin Singletary.
They may have the number 1 overall pick this year.
No, Carolina Panthers are bad. Patriots are bad.
The Patriots will be better than Giants.
We'll see. But brought in Devin Singletary, drafted Malik Neighbors, brought in Brian Burns, let Xavier McKinnon go. He's now on the Packers. So there's a lot
The
of
defense
questions.
is going to be very good this year with
Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. That might be the best front three in the league if they stay healthy. They have the cornerback from
I can't think of who it was.
Maryland, I believe.
Got you. Cornerbacks are Deontay Banks.
Banks.
He's
He's
a
good.
rookie.
He was a rookie last year.
Yeah.
He's good.
He was good last year.
They still have
Cordell Flott.
I don't know.
Christian Holmes.
Who?
No, that's the only one I know is Banks. Their O line,
Bobby Okereke.
yeah, he's good. He's the one that does
he's an outside linebacker.
He's the one that always does covers his entire
Yeah.
face in black paint.
Yeah.
He's a good linebacker. Their defense will be solid.
No, but the offensive side,
That is where our question marks.
tight end Jake Bellinger, maybe I think
Daniel
Daniel
Bellinger.
Bellinger.
He's not-
That's what it is.
he's
He was
not-
pretty good.
He's not bad.
Don't they have,
Literally, I'm telling you, it comes down to the offensive line that I swear to God we've been fucking trying to work for the last 5 years, and every year we draft an offensive lineman. Evan Neal, fucking bum. Evan Neal had that situation fucking last year. Talking about that's why they fucking cook food and watch me or something like that. That didn't go over well. Andrew Thomas was drafted and supposed to be one of the best linemen in the league. He can't stay on the field.
Where's Evan Neal? Is he still on the team?
I don't know.
Oh, he's he's the second right tackle behind Jermaine Illuminor.
Yeah, well, Evan Neal was our top 10 pick 2 years ago. So it's always what we want. So yeah, I mean, biggest question, their defense, I'm not worried about. I'm excited about their defense. I think it'll be good. It's their offensive line. It always is their offensive line. One of the major reasons Saquon left was because he never was protected, and he did everything for that team. Maybe their offensive line is better. Their wide receivers don't blow you away. I'm excited.
Besides Neighbors is the only one that blows me
Dude,
away.
Isaiah McKenzie?
I like Wandale
Darius
Robinson.
Slayton?
I like Wandale Robinson.
I did like him 2
Allen
years
Robinson?
ago, but not anymore.
Finally got rid of Kenny Galladay. Thank fucking
Sterling
God.
Shepard's gone.
Sterling Shepard, yeah. I mean, he couldn't stay on the
Do they
field.
have Hodgkins still?
Isaiah Hodgkins? Yes. Yeah. Hodgins? Yeah.
Hodgins?
Yeah.
Hodgkins?
Hodgins. It's not Hodgkin's lymphoma. We're not-
When he
we
said
don't have-
Hodgkins, I was like,
we're not happy to.
Hodgkins.
They,
General Shefsky.
so, I mean,
they're going to be triple teaming Malik Neighbors every time, and they're going to be fucked.
Do you think Malik Neighbors starts week 1?
yeah,
Should.
he'll be fine.
Well, I don't know, man. It's the Giants. For all I know.
Yeah, good
It's
point.
literally, this is going to go two ways. It's going to go just like last year, and we're finally gone with Daniel Jones. Or
Daniel Jones.
they're going to play well for a little bit. They're going to surprise some teams, and it's going to be like 2 years ago when nobody thought they were going to the playoffs, and then they beat the Vikings. And everyone was like, oh, Danny Dimes. And
Now, Pat, when they signed him, I want to know your honest opinion. When they first signed Daniel Jones to that stupid contract, what was your opinion?
Best quarterback in the league.
I mean, I never fucking wanted to draft him in the first place out of Duke with the number 8 pick.
Now, how pissed were you when they didn't trade up this year to do anything to get a quarterback?
I mean, I think, yeah, we would have loved the quarterback, but at the same time, you have him under contract. You got to give him at least one more year to try and do something.
When he's coming off a torn
But
ACL.
look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, and he just got $120 million.
Facts.
Kirk Cousins has been
Kirk
good.
Cousins
But-
is him.
But what I'm saying, you look at Daniel Jones that year with the Vikings, when we went to the playoffs and beat the Vikings. He had a good year. For him.
For him, because
Yeah.
he was running. I think he had, 800 yards rushing,
Yeah,
too?
he was able to use his feet. And then last
Oh
year,
my God, when he was free.
him and Saquon didn't even really connect. It was he didn't play like the first 2 games, I think, because he got hurt in the Dallas game, and then what's his name? Teddy Bridgewater came in. Then Saquon got hurt. Then Daniel Jones got back, and then Daniel Jones got hurt like week 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So he really didn't have a season. He's got the beard going now. Him and Kay Adams are flirting it up. I don't know,
I would be flirting up with everybody.
I'm not excited about football season as a Giants fan, but it's not like I can't watch.
Are they winning more than 6.5 games? Because that's their total.
That's their total.
No.
wait, do it again.
I am hammering that under.
What is the Patriots over under, like
4.5?
4.5, dude. I'm hammering the
They're
over.
hammering the over. on that?
Absolutely. I've said that since the draft day.
You
dude.
guys are the
The
Giants.
Giants are not a better team than the Patriots.
Are you on crack?
Are you on crack?
Better defense,
That's
Giants.
Oh my God! I don't know about that one.
With bye Matthew Judon,
wasn't there
He
all
didn't play
year.
last
and it wasn't a good defense
Yes,
last
it
year.
was.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was a top 10 defense
I
last
don't
year.
know.
It was.
They're not
Both teams have top.
better line. Giants.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence,
Oh,
Kayvon
defensive
Thibodeau,
line, yeah,
Brian
better.
Burke.
Pats have a better secondary.
Has to
linebackers.
with Christian Gonzalez.
Duggar,
I don't know about
Peppers,
linebackers.
Gonzalez.
You just lost your best linebacker.
Who's that? Well, Judon played
More
like
than edge.
defensive end, even though they called him linebacker. But the Pats linebackers is like
Yeah, smart.
Uche's an edge rusher too, but Jawan Bentley, Jelani Tavai.
Yeah.
I mean,
Secondary is huge.
your secondary is definitely better.
Mm.
I completely agree with you on that. But the linebackers and then
Now,
the
let's go over to
DNs,
the offensive side. Quarterback's better.
you can't say that. You don't know.
He
We don't
already
know.
is.
We
He
don't
already
know.
is.
No, you
We
do
don't know.
not.
Jacoby Brissett's better than Daniel Jones.
I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you that.
I'd give him that.
Ramondre is better than Devin Singletary.
I'd say they're fairly close, but
I'd
yes.
say equal.
I'd say they're close.
I'd say Neighbors is obviously the
Better wide receiver core is definitely the Giants.
Mm,
You don't know about your 2 rookies right now, and you don't know about your rookie quarterback.
it's fair. Pat's
One-
a better
okay.
tight end.
Wandale Robinson.
You think Hunter Henry's worse than Daniel Bellinger?
I just
No,
said that.
you said
Pat's a better tight end.
Oh, I think you said Pat has a better
No,
tight end.
No.
Pat's.
And then O-line. It's
I
tough.
said the Patriots have a better O-line.
You don't know. The Patriots last year did not have a good O-line.
No.
That was one of the things I needed to identify in the draft.
Max sauce behind
So the Giants,
I think they're too equal.
they're very. Thank you.
The Patriots
But-
better.
But
It's just bias being a Patriots fan.
it is biased, but I do think they're going to be better than they were last year.
The Patriots.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
hopefully,
already
what was it? 3-11, 3-14 last year, or something
4 and
like that.
13.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're very similar in most areas.
Yeah.
The Giants are better in some areas, and Patriots are better in others. It's not like they play each other, and 9 times out of 10 the Patriots are winning. It could be 6-4, 5-5.
You're right.
But
You want to move on? So the 6.5, you have over, Pat, or under?
I'm gonna be optimistic and hopefully say over. But if it's like week 3 or week 4 and
You're 0-3.
we're 0-3, I'm just gonna be like, let's just get Quinn Ewers, please, or Dylan Gabriel or something like that.
Let me read you the schedule. We got Vikings to start,
Could win that game.
Commanders,
Could win
Browns,
that game. No.
Cowboys,
No,
Seahawks,
Seahawks,
Bengals,
no.
Eagles, Steelers,
No,
Commanders,
no.
Panthers in Germany,
So that's 4 wins right now.
Buccaneers,
Could win that
Cowboys,
game.
Saints, Ravens,
No.
Falcons, Colts, Eagles. You're literally saying no to everything. Like they could win some of these games.
I mean,
I don't think they can beat the Colts.
I don't. I can't wait.
At home?
I can't wait to.
With
The thing.
AR?
Let's go over it. Let's go.
Oh,
Do the Patriots.
I already
right
did the
now.
Patriots.
Nope. I want to do.
schedule.
I want to do.
I had
do-
less than 4 wins. Like
Okay,
2
wait.
weeks
Let's just
ago.
do this one again. Minnesota Vikings.
They can definitely
Potential
win.
Commanders
Can win.
win. Cleveland Browns probably not on the road.
Yeah.
Cowboys at home
No.
on Thursday Night Football.
You never know with those interdivision
It's an
games. Okay, Bobby.
Seahawks.
Could win. The Seahawks are not good.
No.
Cheetah
Bengals.
Giants. No.
At home, no. Eagles at home.
No.
Steelers on the road. That's
No.
probably a no. Commanders at home and Panthers in Germany.
Those are
probably
both
2
games.
wins.
2.
Buccaneers
No.
at home.
Dude.
Cowboys on the road, probably no. Saints at home. That's
No.
that's a.
Bro,
What the fuck are the Saints
Bro,
have?
the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Who's
Derek Carr?
Bro, better than Daniel Jones.
Derek Carr.
You can't. I can't. When you be like this, I
Ravens-
can't take you serious.
Ravens L.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Ravens L. Falcons would probably be a toss up. And then Colts, in my opinion, was
No.
a toss up. And then Eagles to close it out on the road.
No, that's 4-13.
Bobby.
But there were
Bobby.
some suspect ones.
All of yours were fucking suspect.
No, well, not all, but a few of
The
them.
Seahawks, they can win. The fucking Colts, they could win.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they could definitely win.
Saints?
The Saints, they could definitely win.
That one I'll give you.
The Buccaneers at home, they can definitely
That
win.
one I'll give you. All we know
Here
is
you go.
that we hit the under.
Here's the
As well.
schedule for the Pats, and then we move on to the Commanders.
Okay.
Bengals.
Loss.
I've been saying L to the
I'm
Bengals
saying
for a
Bengals.
while.
Seahawks at home.
L.
Okay. I mean, if you
don't
this
think so.
guy's high on the Seahawks for some reason, bro.
Jets
Good
on the
team.
road Thursday night
That's
football. Bro, those Thursday night games you don't know. So
You're saying we're 0-3?
we're not going to be on.
We're not going to be 0-3, bro.
49ers.
That's
L on the road.
4
Dolphins home.
L.
Texans home.
L.
Jaguars in London.
can definitely win
That
that game.
can be a win.
Texans in London?
No,
Texans at home and Jaguars in London.
Jags play
Jets
well
at
in
home.
London.
Titans on the road.
So you're saying you guys haven't won a game yet?
No, we're 1-8.
Bears on the road.
1-9.
You said L?
Yeah.
Rams at home. Rams at home in November 17th.
Who? What'd you say?
Rams at
Yeah, that's
home.
an L.
Dolphins on the road in Miami.
Well, that's an L if Matthew Stafford is there. If he's not there, they lost.
Dolphins on the road is an L.
Yeah.
Colts at home. Cardinals on the road.
We beat the Cardinals.
Bills on the road.
No.
Chargers at home. Bills at home.
Beat the Chargers.
So 3-15, 3-14.
Let me
Didn't you just say last week that you were going to hammer the over?
I don't remember.
Bobby, so
You
two
literally
games,
said last week you
two
hammered
games
the
against
over.
the Jets, 2 games against the Bills, and 2 games against the Dolphins. What's the Patriots' record in that? Because it's not going to be 0-6.
No, I know. It's probably 2-4.
That's
Fair.
more
Then they
wins.
only have
That's
to get
5.
3
That's
non
over
division
4.5.
wins.
Yeah. I mean, I think Bobby. It's the National Football League. There's not like nobody's going 0-16 again.
No.
Like if you look at last year,
17.
like
Almost 8, maybe 18.
fucking the Eagles fell apart, and the shitty Giants fucking steamrolled the Eagles at the end of the year in Week 15.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm just saying,
I'm going over. I'm hoping.
6.5 is pretty high.
If you look,
What was the record last year?
6-11.
6-11.
If the Giants got better besides losing Saquon, which it's a running back.
So they didn't get better.
No, defensively they got better. Their O line is better, and they got better receivers.
But the sum of his parts, that's... All right, anyway. Commanders
Yeah.
started up.
Now we got the Commanders. Jaden.
What was the Commanders' record last year?
4-13.
They're also at 6.5.
They're at 6.5.
Yeah.
Quickly,
That's a tight one.
Jaden Daniels is going to be giving Terry McLaurin the ball 24/7. I also heard recently, by recently I mean like a couple hours ago before coming over here, Ayuk is possibly going to Washington,
I mean, that
teaming
makes
up with his former college quarterback.
Well, and they
That
just
was the whole point.
got rid of Dotson.
Yeah, and they just got rid of Dotson to the Eagles.
which
so,
for me is mind-boggling. Why?
trade in
Why? No, not even that. Why, if you're Brandon Ayuk, would you want to go to the fucking Commanders when you could have gone to the Steelers
Well, because
or the Browns?
His
Or the
quarterback.
Patriots.
His quarterback team.
But I'm saying he wants to be on a team that's good. I assume
He said last week he didn't want to go to the Patriots because he wanted to win, and now he wants to go to the Commanders.
that's what I mean.
But I mean, this offense is looking pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler, Brian
Austin
Robinson.
Eckler is
Austin Eckler is the 2, but Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson
Eckler's
is
a good
good.
third down back.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler.
Who's their tight end now?
Their
Ben
tight end
Sennett.
is Zach Ertz.
Yeah, Zach Ertz with
Ben
Ben Sennett at
Okay.
the Senator.
Senator.
Terry McLaurin is good.
Diami
Byron
Brown,
Pringle.
Luke McCaffrey, Christian's brother.
Yeah.
Olamide Zacchaeus, Jameson Crowder, Byron Pringle, Martavis Bryant.
Yeah. So
A bunch of bums and Terry McLaurin.
You probably
Pretty
put something
much.
together with Jaden Daniels.
Curtis
Yeah.
Samuel left. Jahan Dotson left.
They need another good receiver. I feel like, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is,
You
I don't
beat
think
that one.
I don't think the offense is going to be their question. It's their defense.
Yes.
I don't even. Their defense
Bobby
is
Wagner
so
has
bad.
already come out and said that they're terrible, and he wants to get out of there.
Really.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago he said it.
They cannot be that bad.
If he said, man, this team makes me miss my old teams with the Seahawks.
Yeah. So that was the defense for the Commanders is a very.
Okay, D-line, Clellan Farrell.
Who?
You don't know Clellan Farrell? He was on
Oh,
Clemson and
sorry,
he was with
You're right.
Vegas, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Dayron Payne,
He's good.
and then
They have another detail.
Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a very good.
They left.
Front.
They let Montez Sweat go to the
Let's
the
go to
Bears.
the Bears. They let what's his name? Why can't I think of him? He's fucking
Jonathan Allen's older though.
Yeah.
Deron Payne's good.
Jonathan Allen's
Why
29.
can't I think of the guy they let go to the 49ers
I can't either.
last year, midway season? Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Oh.
Yeah.
When they let Chase
Oh, yeah,
Young go
the
to the
Saints.
49ers.
He's on the Saints,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I saw a video of him.
Yeah.
They
like,
still
how the
they
hell?
still have St. Juice, Jeremy Chin. Oh, and they drafted Mikey Sanders still out of Michigan.
Oh yeah.
He's a corner?
He's very good. Yeah, he's very good. He was like their first round pick, I believe, or
I think it was their second round.
second round.
Yeah,
pick.
because J.D. Daniels was there first. Who's the head coach in Washington? Dan Quinn.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Is it?
yeah.
I think the offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury.
It is Cliff Kingsbury.
So that'll be
That's
interesting
interesting.
to
Yeah.
see like how he did with Kyler, and that offense was phenomenal. It's going to
Let
be
me throw in a
fun to see.
vocab word. That's a great dichotomy with Dan
Don't talk to me
Quinn
like that.
and Cliff
See, yeah,
Kingsbury.
no idea.
Defense, offense.
What is dichotomy?
It's like a little balance. Like
Can I get a spelling for dichotomy?
Dichotomy? I think.
Can you use it in a sentence again?
Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury make a good dichotomy of a coaching staff. I don't.
This is not. This is a work in progress for the Commanders, obviously, right?
Yeah.
They just got their future quarterback A lot of excitement there. They're still young. Terry McLaurin's still young. He's under contract. Brian Robinson's young. He just can't get shot in the leg anymore, and he'll be okay.
In the ass cheek.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Defense, like their front's pretty good.
But their back half is not good at all.
It doesn't seem like the greatest, and they're older on the front as well. But if you're a Commanders fan, I think you got to be excited. You're definitely moving. Definitely moving in the right direction. I think
for sure.
But then again, it's the Eagles, the Cowboys. You're not beating them.
No.
They're going to be at the top of the division for a while.
It's a fight for third. I feel like this.
This division right now, if you're a Commanders fan, you're looking for the improvement factor. You went 4-13 last year, whatever it was. You got your guy. You got your stud quarterback that you think is the future, right? This year's about, can he see it? Because he's going to be a starter. I don't even know who the backups are in Washington.
Where?
Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
He's a backup, and he's in Washington?
Yep.
No shit.
Backup.
Wow.
And who's that other kid that was in...
Cade?
No, they traded Sam Howell to Seattle, and didn't Seattle trade back?
No,
Jeff Driscoll.
Drew Lock's
Sam
on
Hartman.
the Giants.
Sam Hartman.
Okay, gotcha.
Sam Hartman,
Notre Dame guy.
Oh, that guy.
Pretty boy.
The
Yeah.
fucking,
He's number 8,
fucking
6?
suave.
Pretty boy. I don't know what his number
11.
is on Commanders.
No, I meant in college.
No, he was number 12, I believe.
I think that's at least...
Sam Hartman actually had some crazy games.
No, he was
last
number
year. I don't
10.
know if you guys remember.
Yeah, he was.
Yes,
he was throwing the ball.
That's at least going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
They're
It's not gonna
definitely
be
exciting.
Like Pats and Giants. Like
No.
watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Especially if they get Brandon Ayuk. That'd be a crazy.
That would be great.
Especially
that
with
a wild card.
That would be crazy. Yeah.
especially that connection with Jaden Daniels. So it's like.
That's like right now. We talked about it a little bit with like the Giants. Like, besides Malik Neighbors, you're not really like, oh shit, somebody else is going to beat you on offense. It's the same thing with the Commanders right now. So it's like if you can get a second piece, you can't double both of them.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys want to do your predictions now?
I was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I feel like we could.
Hold on. What was the over/under for
Why
the
can't we-
6.5.
6.5? Do we think Commanders over 6.5 wins this year?
Fucking Austin Eckler, dude.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask them, like, what
Yeah.
do you guys think Austin Eckler's going to do this year? Like, what was the whole purpose of him leaving LA?
He said, I don't know if this was true. This was in the X world. I saw a quote from him that he needed a lighter load of work, and he went to a team where he knew he'd be the number 2 back.
Yeah, because if you looked at him last year, it was like that dude looked like he ran as fast as I did.
Yeah. It was,
Can you say that again, Bill?
Austin Eckler looked like he ran as fast as I did.
Yeah, he did. He did look like he was
Like
going in slow motion.
that
sometimes.
carry he had, it was like a 30-yard carry, and all of a sudden he just looked
Yeah.
The
dead.
one he went up the sideline?
Yeah, he was just dead, dude.
I think for the amount of years that he, like those 3 to 4 years where he was just unbelievable, got so
After
many
Melvin
touchdowns,
Gordon left.
so many different things. He was like undrafted out of like a small school in Colorado, then went to the Chargers, and then just blew up from there.
Western Colorado.
Western Colorado. There you go. And then now I kind of just think like his body, he looks old too to begin with, which doesn't help. And I think his body's kind of just run its course, and now he's like, all right, I'll have 10 to 12 snaps a game. Won't have to do too much.
And I still think Brian Robinson is going to be a good running back
I like
this year.
him.
I like him a lot this year
I
still.
do too. But yeah, for Austin, I think it's a good move for him. I mean, doesn't have to do a lot, getting paid well. Sadly, he's not on a good team yet, but depending on how long he sticks around for, it could be a good team in the future.
Yeah.
So we'll do you
You
guys
said
first?
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5. Do you think it goes over?
I'm going to solid 5 for them, so
I
I'll
haven't
say
seen who
under.
they're playing.
Yeah, can we see?
Well, it's going to be very similar to the Giants because they both have. They've got to play the NFC North, so it's going to be Bengals, Steelers.
So
Would it be bad to say,
Browns.
like, it really depends on if they get
I
Ayuk
got
or
it.
not?
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Start off
That's not bad.
Buccaneers on the road, Giants at home,
maybe.
Bengals on the road, Cardinals on the road, Browns home, Ravens on the road, Panthers home, Bears home, Giants on the road, Steelers home, Eagles on the road, Cowboys and Titans at home, Then Saints on the road, Eagles, Falcons home, and Cowboys on the road.
It's tough schedule.
5.
Yeah. It's about the same
It's
as
like 5 or 6.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
so-
5.
If they get Ayuk though,
Well, it changes.
it's
That's
more 7, 8.
That's. I mean,
but,
obviously, that's.
but without him, I think
It's one
they're
of the,
more
it's
like
one of the top
5.
10 receivers in the league right now.
Yeah.
Go to your team.
I'm gonna just
I'll go under.
I'm gonna just go. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it like they don't have IU. I'm gonna go under 5.
5.
I'm gonna say a solid 5.
All right, we want to do predictions for the NFC East.
I can start it so you guys. I feel like you guys will bicker about which ones you guys have.
I feel like
Go ahead, Lou.
But I have. So it's really, like we said, it's a toss up between like the Eagles and the Cowboys. But I like this trend that's going. No back to backs. I like the Eagles winning. I have the Cowboys in second. Sorry, but I'm going Commanders in third. Giants fourth.
Still, do you agree with that?
No. I have the Cowboys first, Eagles second. I said the Giants were winning 6 games, so I said
You said the Commanders would be 5.
So Giants 3, and I said Commanders were going to win 5, so Commanders 4.
I have
The Giants first.
I have the Eagles first place. The 20-year run's going to continue, I think. They did a lot. We talked about everything they did in the offseason, and I think it's a huge year for Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts together. I think right now the Cowboys have way too many question marks with who's actually going to be on the field for the first week. A lot of pressure on Dak Prescott, a lot of pressure on Mike McCarthy. Their defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, we didn't talk about, left, which is, I think, going to be big for them on the defensive end. He's now the head coach in Washington. I don't even know who their D coordinator is. And I believe Mike McCarthy's calling the offensive plays.
I don't think he did last year.
That was Kellen Moore last year. The Cowboys.
Kellen
No, Moore was in LA last year.
Kellen
Mike
was there
Zimmer.
last year.
Mike Zimmer.
Dallas Cowboys D coordinator.
Mike Zimmer.
Oh, he's a good D coordinator.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
also like 75.
Yeah, he was the Vikings coach for a while.
Anyways,
Then, so I have Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders.
Yeah, I have it as the exact same as what it was going to be as what it was last year.
Yeah.
okay. So what's on next episode? NFC.
We'll do NFC South.
I was going to say the South too. The shitty
Wow.
division of the NFC South.
You guys
I wanted
agree?
West. No, I'm kidding.
So we have NFC South left, NFC West, and the NFC North.
Yep.
All right, to finish up the episode, we always love to finish it off with some washed-up wagers. So here's a little quick recap from last week. I'm not really going to go into the mumbo-jumbo Bobby usually goes into. Bobby and Pat are in first place with an 8-4 record. Bobby went 2-1 last week. Pat went another 3-0. I went 2-1 last week so I can be second. I'm at a 6-6 record. Zach's in last place after going 1-2.
4-8.
He is 4-8 now.
So I'm two back, right?
You
Two
are
back
two
from
back.
second.
Yeah.
4 back of Bill
And I am 2 back from sorry, I was just
And it is August 22nd, so I feel like we'll get one more
I think we got 1 or 2.
week. Like
I
Yeah,
think
well,
this
one more week.
one, and then we get both episodes next week.
Yeah, so we got nine more bets to go here.
Right?
It's the 22nd.
Yeah. So we'll have
We have this one and this one.
yeah. So we'll
So we have 2 more.
1,
So we have
Including-
6.
1,
Well, including this one.
2, 3.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't including this one.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I was sorry.
So, Lou, you want to start us
Yeah, I'll
off
start
with
us
your
off.
wagers for? Are you doing just for tomorrow, or are you including the weekend?
So I'm
in your
doing
wagers?
1 MLB game for tomorrow. I am doing a Premier League game for Saturday, and college football is starting up this week. So I'm doing a college football.
I didn't do college football.
Uh,
I'm
for
going to
those-
do a college football pick.
Premier League is soccer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got for my tomorrow MLB game, I have the Cubs money line at the Marlins at a -125. For soccer, I have both teams to score in the Aston Villa Arsenal game at a -155, and then number 10 Florida State at Georgia State.
Minus
Georgia
440.
Tech.
It's not. I mean, the game's in Dublin, Ireland.
It is in Dublin, Ireland. They're at minus 440. So all those 3 picks at a plus 263. $10
Minus
wins you
440.
Because he took our cutoff line to heart.
$36.34 is your winnings. Hey, you guys have done way worse.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I had to do it.
750 with Djokovic one day.
Well, do me a favor, just read mine while you're at it.
Sure. For Zach Slip, he's got the Yankees money line at home tomorrow against the Rockies Friday at a minus 298. He has the over 168.5 of the Las Vegas Aces at the Minnesota Lynx at a minus 110. And then he has Manchester City first half money line in their Saturday game against Ipswich Town at a minus 290. That 3 picks is plus 242, $10 into 34.28.
Thanks,
All right. I'll go now. I took the over of 7.5 runs in the Rangers and Guardians game tomorrow night at a minus 110.
Bad bet.
I took the under 8.5 of the Tigers and White Sox game at a plus 100.
Bad bet.
And I also took the over of 8 runs in the Mets-Padres game tomorrow at a plus 100. It is plus 663, $10 for 76.36.
All right. Now to the guy who's normally in first. This betting
That's all he
information.
has.
This betting information for you guys is free. So
first,
you can use it if you want. It's just free betting information. I'm good at this. I'm taking the Chicago Cubs tomorrow against the Miami Marlins at a minus 125. Taking the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow against the Atlanta Falcons. For some reason, the spread on this game is super high at a minus 325. And then I have the Detroit Tigers over the worst team that ever existed in baseball history, Chicago White Sox, at a minus 166.
Ooh, bad bet.
Plus 277 odds. $10 will give you $37.71. That is free gambling advice.
Close it up, though.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to episode 33 of the Washed Up Sports Podcast. We release every Tuesday and Friday on YouTube and Spotify.
Try to.
Yeah, attempt to. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. X. Links for those can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching, and as always,
Stay washed.